it's okay to be different. Yeah. So this might be one of my more profoundly philosophical videos for my channel. I just kind of go off the rails and talk about anything and everything, and I do rehash and reiterate a lot of old arguments and, people who are problematic and things like that. But I think in this video, I want to talk about why it's okay to be different. And I knew this early on in childhood that I was different. I was apart from everybody else. I mean, there's actually a class picture from 1989 where I'm standing off away from the other kids and I've got my hands up under my chin like this. And I didn't want to stand with the rest of the kids. I did not want to stand with the rest of the crowd. And all the other kids would look at me and, just kind of like have some kind of a smug, condescending look on their face, like, what's up with this asshole, Even when I was a kid, I knew I was different. And it's not just the childhood cancer stuff. It's not just because I have red hair and I actually wear glasses. It's, because I'm naturally curly. I have naturally curly red hair. It's none of that stuff. It's the fact that there's something about me, both physically and maybe perhaps emotionally, that stands out. And I struggled with that for the longest time. Even through my teen years, I didn't have a lot of girlfriends. I didn't really try to, hook up with a girl because I know that a lot of these girls didn't find me attractive. I was out of their league. I wasn't one of the popular kids. So I struggled my entire life with trying to fit in and ingratiate myself with people and to try to win people over with grace and charm because I thought that's what they wanted. And as it turns out, they didn't want it. There was always something about me that was never up to their standards. And I struggled with that a lot. Through childhood and in my teen years, especially in childhood, I would have my cancer checkups 3 times a week. I'd have to go to East Lansing and, my checkups were, clinic was every other day and it was getting to be a fucking annoying situation. But it had to be done and it was for my own good. And it had taken me a long time to understand that, but it was for my own good. But anyway, a lot of the other kids didn't understand my situation. Why I would miss lots of school, or I would only come in half days, or when I had to go to the bathroom, the exception for me was that I have to go to the bathroom because I've only got one functioning kidney. Whereas all the other kids have both of their kidneys, so they can hold their shit and their piss. I couldn't hold mine. When I gotta go, I gotta go. Because we don't want to damage the good functioning kidney. So I was different in a lot of ways, man, in a lot of ways. I never fit in. I always had trouble trying to relate to my peers. They never included me in anything. And it was because I wasn't who and what they wanted. I wasn't who and what they expected. They wanted a version of me that they were never going to get. And I would struggle with that a lot. There would be times when I'd come home from school, I'd cry myself to sleep. I was bullied and teased a lot. Like I said, never really had girlfriends, like serious girlfriends. I never had a high school sweetheart. I walked the halls by myself. I ate lunch in the cafeteria by myself. I did everything by myself. I did everything alone. Even childhood cancer, if you want to get technical. Mom and dad were there, but I had to do all the hard work of fighting through that. And so I was alone a lot of the time. I was a popular loner. Like, there were kids who would try to be friends with me, and I was just way out of their fucking league. I traveled to the beat of my own drum. I didn't concern myself with what was popular, what was cool, what was, what all the kids were into. I tried it a couple times. Like, I tried to, like, Fox Racing was a big thing when I was in middle school. And, Eiffel 65, I remember the musical group Eiffel 65. I tried to, like I bring in a CD in school. This is my Eiffel 65 CD, and they were, oh, you don't listen to Eiffel 65. What are you trying to do? Well, isn't this what you like? Well, this is what I like too. I think it's cool. Although I was never truly a fan of Eiffel 65, but I tried to fit in. I tried to be a part of what all the other kids were into, the cool thing. And I struggled. Now, the older I got, and more recently, I discovered that, you know what? Fuck these people. Fuck these people. It should have been that simple right from the beginning. Fuck these people. Yes, I am different. Now that I look at it from a different perspective, I can say, yes, I am different, and I don't give a fuck what you think about it. I am confident in my uniqueness, my own style, my own tastes, my own, and especially my convictions. There are certain things that I like that most people don't, and that's okay. They don't have to. But I think now I have more friends than I've ever had as an adult when I actually speak up and say, fuck you, and I don't care what you think. This is me and my personality. These are the things that I am drawn to. I love to write poetry. I love writing in my journal. I love music of all genres. And you know what? Matter of fact, I do like Eiffel 65 after all. But there are so many things about me that are different, and I never really had a firm grasp or a firm understanding of how to embrace being different, because it was always viewed as Jared is a weird kid, and Jared is a this, and Jared is a that. You're fucking right, I am. I am weird. I am different. Yeah, that's what I like, that's what I want, and that's the way it's going to be. If I'm so weird and so different, why are you fucking with me? Leave me alone. But I come back with fist ablaze. I fight back. When you come to this channel, you hear me talk all kinds of shit about all, people who've given me shit. And this is just me fighting back. This is me standing up for myself when I had wasted so many years not defending myself. I was afraid to. Now I'm not. And that's why I keep saying you can threaten me with all the litigation and lawsuits you want. You're not going to shut me up. I feel very strongly about certain things. I'm going to carry out my thoughts. Not physically, but I'm going to carry out my thoughts in the sense that I'm going to share them with you. My opinions, this is what I think, this is my position. And I don't really hear anyone else talking about this because maybe it's just not something we talk about. Maybe it's a taboo subject. Well, great. I would be more than happy to talk about a taboo subject. I would be happy to take this on. So that gives me license to kill, so to speak, because I can talk about things that everybody else is too afraid to talk to, or talk about, actually. So yes, I am different, and it is okay to be different. If you are someone, I don't care how old you are, if you are someone who struggles with trying to fit in and ingratiate yourself with other people, start to get retrospective like I had to. Yes, I am a childhood cancer survivor. And I can relate to each and every child all over this globe who's fighting cancer directly. I have that connection that most other people don't. I'm not proud to have cancer, and I'm sad that all these other kids have cancer. I'm not saying that this is a good thing. I'm saying that, yes, I am different in the sense that I am a childhood cancer survivor, but I can relate to each and every one of those kids who may be going through similar situations, and their peers may not understand their situation. You have to be introspective about who you are as an individual, accept the fact that it's okay to be different, and it's okay to tell people to fuck off if need be. Doesn't mean you're a horrible person. It doesn't mean that you're out to seek harm. It doesn't mean that you're trying to hurt somebody, but if you're being hurt And if you tell them, I don't like the way you're treating me, and they ignore that, then you tell them, go fuck yourself. I don't want anything to do with you. Start being introspective about how you are different. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be unique. Don't let anybody tell you who or what you are. But at the same time, don't control the way people think. Don't become a cult leader. Don't become someone who only cares about themselves, selfish to the point where everyone else's feelings are not taken into consideration. So there's a borderline that you got to feel out the borderline, right? Be considerate of other people, but don't take other people's shit. And don't let people tell you how to think and what to do and who you can and can't love. Don't let people tell you any different. You be busy being you, because the world needs it. It's okay to be different. And I hope this video helped you, and I hope that this video is taken into consideration to whoever needs to hear some words. Get introspective about your own life. Find out what separates you from the rest of the world. I'm not saying in a narcissistic way, but find out what it is, the qualities that you have, the things that you enjoy, and just go with it. You're going to attract people or you're going to turn people away. You got to learn to roll with those punches. And it's okay to be different, man. It's okay. Enjoy it. Have fun. Knock yourselves out. It's okay to be different. Have a good one.